Miss Ronda. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Talk to me about what's going on, as far as the graphic novel and things like that goes, like as far as the process of putting it together and just the moment here and doing all the things that you do, and now you're doing it.
Well, I luckily got a great team put around me at AWA, and I got Axel Alonso, who is an incredible editor, former, what's it called, editor-in-chief at Marvel, and he was the one that helped me take what I had kind of written in screenplay format and transfer it into like a comic book script. And then we went through panel by panel the entire thing from the beginning to end to refine it into the story it is now. And then we brought that over to Mike Deodato, who is legendary writer and a legendary artist. And we had just every single layer of it. Every time that we made like a pass through it, we brought the best of what they do to put their little touch on it. And so it became like a little piece of all of us, and I had a lot to learn, and I hopefully will be able to do some more in the future.
What do you want to do with this? What do you want this to happen? In a perfect world, what do you want this to do for you and the fans out there? What do you want?
In a perfect world? In a perfect world, I want the comic to do so good and everyone loves it so much that they want the sequel, because I already wrote the sequel and I really want to make it into a comic as well, and then, make it into a live action, maybe a franchise.
Yeah.
I'll take a franchise. Twist my arm. Give me a franchise.
Miss Ronda, listen. People throw around the word legacy a lot, and people's legacy and what they do and what they've done in the world, and to me, you've done a lot. And what do you think about when you look back on your career? When you look back on what you've done, it's not like you're still here with us. You know what I mean? But currently, up to this moment right now, do you think about your legacy? Do you think about your imprint of what you've done for women in just sports in general? Or do you just go with the flow and just doing your thing and just trying to live, you know what I mean?
I mean, most of my days are just revolved around Miss Rachel right now. I don't sit around thinking about my legacy. I have accomplished so much. I'm like, don't eat that. Oh, come inside. Where's Paul? Where is this? So I'm deep in the trenches of momming really hard. Yeah. And what I don't have is time for reflection. So sometimes people will remind me of oh yeah, remember when you did that one thing a long time ago? I'm like, oh my God, I did have an entire judo career. I forgot that I went to Luxembourg. So it's kind of weird. I'm so removed from it. It's like I forgot that I was famous.
Kind of, still are, yeah.
I mean, not to that level. Not to I was at Beatles level at one point.
You were at Beatles level.
I couldn't even be in a car drive-through.
You don't feel that anymore? You don't feel like you still can't, you know what I mean?
It's not at that level where I walk into a restaurant and everybody stands up.
Isn't that kind of a good thing though?
Yes.
Like anonymity is kind of underrated, you know what I mean?
I feel like I wanted fame as a tool to be able to make my goals happen and not in itself for itself. And so once I was done using that tool and it wasn't done with me, I was like, get me out.
Mr. Ron, this is the first time I ever met you. Listen, a person like me that's been often criticized of being a little bit eccentric, a little bit uptight, little rowdy himself at times, you know what I mean? And I think I'm misunderstood. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes when I hear a quote from you or read a quote from you or see people talk about you in a negative light, I kind of have always wondered, do you hear that? Do you see that? What's your thought on that? Because I'm not famous, so I don't give a shit, to be honest with you.
Negative quotes. I have negative quotes.
No, but seriously, I always think it's funny when a woman is outspoken that she's XYZ.
Oh, she's opinionated.
Yeah. When a woman says something that's on her mind, she's this, that, and the third. A man says this, he's edgy or whatever the hell they want to call us.
Yeah.
But what's your thought process on that? Getting flack for speaking your mind or just speaking what you want to say? How do you respond to that kind of stuff?
I keep speaking my mind. I don't stop.
No, but seriously, I'm reading stuff former wrestlers or former people being like, you don't respect the business or you don't do that or the way you go about. I particularly don't make opinions about people I don't meet. It's my first time meeting you.
Right.
And I've always wanted to ask you, when I read that, I'm annoyed. You're not annoyed by that shit?
I mean, I don't read press about myself.
Okay.
I feel like that's a really destructive path to go down, is to read your own press, is to read your comments and stuff like that. And I just kind of feel like you know, like social media and all that kind of space is a place where I put everything out, and and a lot of people take it their own way and respond to it with whatever they're going through, and I don't need to take that back in. You know, I'm just going to put it out, and they can do what they want with it. And if it helps somebody, whatever they're going through, to vent about how much they hate me for whatever reason, if that helps them throughout their day, I don't have to take them dealing with their pain to be my pain. You know, and so it's just like, whatever, you take it. I said it, and you might not have read it in context, but it's also one way I like to think about it is, somebody says something shitty about me, I really don't give a shit what they think about anything else.
Right.
Why do I suddenly care about what they think about me? Why does their opinion matter?
But that's
it's about me?
Though, as a person with status, you know, I think the people's words that are trying to intentionally bother you or intentionally getting at you, like, I think that's like their plan. Like, how do you compartmentalize that? How do you stay away from that? You have a kid, you have other responsibilities. You know what I mean? You got stuff.
Stay away from
you
that.
got stuff to do, but you know what I mean? Like, as a person, how do you stay centered? How do you stay focused? How do you stay locked in on those important things?
I think it's more of like, staying focused on what's actually important. I stay away from that, and that I am with my family on a farm, and I am doing my thing with them, and really not losing sight of what's really important. And what's important is my family and their happiness and the kind of people my kids grew up to be, and not what, you know, sorry, I don't know.
Oh, you're good. You can.
Oh, I'm some like, Joe Schmo, what the fuck from Nebraska, you know, thinks about me. I'm like, it doesn't really affect my life, and so why should I invite it into?
Beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.